Hello, everyone, and welcome to another round with the Future Forecasting Group. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by our Rockstar remote viewing team, Dick, Daz, Edward, Naeem, and Derek. And we have got a really interesting target for you guys tonight. We looked into Sean Combs, P. Diddy, and the future outcome of his current situation. So everybody is probably familiar with P. Diddy, aka Sean Combs. He also went by Puff Daddy way back in the 90s. So he was born on November 4th, 1969, in a Harlem neighborhood in New York City. He was raised in Mount Vernon, New York, and his mother, Janice Combs, was a model and a teacher's assistant. His father, Melvin Earl Combs, served in the Air Force and was an associate of convicted New York drug dealer Frank Lucas. His father was shot dead in his car at 33. Combs said he was given the nickname Puff as a child because he would huff and puff when he was angry. In March 2024, several properties tied to Combs were raided by the Department of Homeland Security as part of their investigation. In September 24, he was indicted by a federal grand jury in Manhattan and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and the creation of a criminal enterprise in which he abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. He pled not guilty, twice denied bail. Combs is awaiting trial in a federal custody at a metropolitan detention center in Brooklyn, and he is on procedural suicide watch. So yeah, he's currently being held in the detention center of Brooklyn. This is a picture of the building from the outside. And the sub key, you just had one. The remote viewer is to view the future outcome of P. Diddy's current situation. So I'm gonna stop sharing and yeah, let's kind of dive into your guys' data and see what you got, because you guys all got a lot of relevant data to P. Diddy, but you also are getting some big picture stuff that's relevant to how this might unfold here in the future. So let's see. Let's have...
That's my Diddy data.
Wow. Thank you, Naeem. Yeah, you guys all had great stuff here. You guys all did great. This was a really tough target, so just thank you guys for being awesome remote viewers. And
it was a different one. Like, it's such a current event.
Yeah.
There was a point in my session where I thought, like, this can't be the Puff Daddy thing because it's happening right now. But yeah, an interesting target. Yeah, I had a few moments there where it felt like maybe they take him out. Like, it could just be some other people that died, and there's so many things involved in the case there, but it did feel like a threat that needs to be taken care of. That definitely came through pretty strong. So we'll have to see if they maybe Epstein him while he's in jail or something like that.
Probably. I think in these types of situations with the Epstein and the Sean Combs, what they have on people, I think they could. I wouldn't put it past the powerful people to want to do something as distracting and start a war to keep the truth from coming out about them,
Because like even the Prince was like hanging out with Diddy, like, pretty high level people, very high level people have been hanging out with him.
Harry?
Yeah, Harry.
Harry was hanging out with him?
I mean,
Harry was hanging out with him, and then his uncle was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. So
yeah.
What's his name? Art? I forget his name.
A lot of stuff's about to come out in the case. We'll have to see if they really get into the deep and dirty stuff, or if it's more of just like pin it on him and bury the story.
I think my wife and I talk about this often, that 20 or 30 or 40 years ago they could bury stuff. You can't bury stuff now. We got the internet. We have, unless they really crack down on free speech, which is what they want to get rid of free speech, so that to try to hide a lot of these truths again. But as long as we
Hillary and John Kerry were just out saying that they need to,
get rid of it. Yeah,
get rid of it. Yeah,
it's too really revealing disturbing for their how people don't. These are evil people. You don't want to know what these people do, man. You don't want to know what Diddy did and the rest of these people, man. This is like this is stuff out of like the Aztec kingdom, You know,
It
the
was,
Aztecs where they would have thousands of people lined up and they'd climb up the thing and they'd lay on an altar and they'd tear their heart out by a couple thousand a day. I mean, this is like that level of evil.
there's like hundreds of new people that came out and said, like, with allegations against this guy, like hundreds. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, I guess a lot of them were just keeping quiet, but now that they see that, you know,
Now that they're not afraid,
going on, they feel like they can say something.
Yeah.
I saw a video online of, it was like a VHS tape of before one of his parties started, and they were like going around collecting everyone's cell phone, like, you know, no cell phones allowed, like, no, you know, they don't want anyone making any footage in there. Just I think a lot more footage like that is probably going to start coming out now. People got old tapes that they're going to dig out and put online. Cool tasking for a very current event, so we'll see if we manage to get some information out there before it happens in terms of the outcome there.
Yeah.
I'd say he's definitely on the Epstein list. 100%.
Any other closing thoughts before we
if
put this one in?
If there's any risk at all of him testifying, he'll never make it to court.
I would imagine, though, like, unlike Epstein, who seemed pretty in the background, or, you know, didn't really like that kind of notoriety, I think Sean Combs would probably be one who has probably 50 or 100 archives of videos and names in 50 different places around the world. And he's like, when I go down, let it all out. I would imagine he probably would do something like that. And honestly, I hope the truth needs to come out about these people. This stuff is happening, man. It's really, really horrendous.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's saying he wants to testify, so they might have to actually take him out. We'll see what happens. Because that would definitely not be what they want. You know, he could get up there and just say whatever he wants. You know, they can't really control that at that point.
Yeah. People don't really want to know that their favorite sports star or entertainment star is in satanic rituals where they're
So many of them
being taped, and you don't even want to know what the kind of shit they had to do.
Yeah, thank you for your service on this target, and let's have the guys at HQ pick a better one for next time. Well, let's put this one in the bag, and looking forward to seeing what our subscribers say in the comments on this one, and we'll catch you at the next one, guys. Signing off for now.